Hi guys, it's Belle here and we are back for another episode of working on this journal, this Craftly Haul journal, to fit all of last year's ephemera in it. So before we go through the journal, let me just show you. These are now dry, the texture paste on here, and you can see I've used the gold on there and on here. I've also splattered a little bit of black paint on here because, let me show you, there was something about down here that felt empty when we finished this piece. So I was trying to work out what it was, and I put some spare tape on it. I've obviously gilded on here too, and then I ended up adding another little flower, and then I ended up stitching a little bit. Now it feels more complete, and I also used black splatters. It just looked too neat. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So yes, the gilding that I used was the Art Alchemy vintage gold one for some reason. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it was underneath something else. It is this one, the Art Alchemy vintage gold. There you go. That is the number of it. I also used just a touch on, might have been on this one, just a touch of the metallic wax paste by Pentari, and it's just called Metal. Let's see if I can find, does it have a number? Maybe at the top, but yeah, what is it? It's turtle green, just a little bit because it gives it this little shimmer. So I added those. So that means now we have 4 of the pockets and 2 of these. I'm going to put these 2 in the signatures that aren't the chunky ones. So not in the first or the third signature, because the first one's got the manila file folder in it, and the third one's got the belly band with the really chunky piece of ephemera. So these 2 will go in the others. So what I will say is we went through the journal and we put some bits in that I used paper clips to hold in. And I have moved some of those bits, but everything is now glued in, and I've added a couple more. So I'll quickly go through the journal to show you that, because I don't want you feeling like, oh, but we didn't see all that, because I know some of you are following along. So I had this piece that I made during Creep on June. I actually made 2 of them. So I have put this in the first signature on the music page because the fabric goes over the page. So it goes over like that rather than paper clips on. So that one's there. You saw me put this one in. It's all glued in now. Because some of these are super chunky, what I would say is if you're gluing in, obviously, you're not filming, so you have more time anyway. But if you are gluing in, I would definitely say some of these might need some clamps and held in place. And it's best to let them dry overnight before putting things in them. We've got that, obviously. Is there anything else I added? No, we saw this here. I love this piece here. I think this works so well here. And I also love how it looks because it's magnetized over the other side. I've glued that in. That was, we put that there, and I've glued that in place now. Second signature. So I moved this. This was on a different page, but it's glued in now. And it is a tuck spot. So we will probably put something into there. And it does open up. So again, that was made during Creep on June. So I moved that there. This one is where we put it originally. Nothing, 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 nothing. This is where we put it originally too. Just love the dangle out the side. Nothing, nothing. Oh, I moved this. This was on another page, but I liked it here on this little bit more. And instead of putting a magnet on the back of it, I might still do. I've actually just used one of the little Tim Holtz clips because it pokes out the top, giving more interest. Because obviously this opens up. This is magnetized and opens like so. But to just keep this in place, the little clip just works really well on there and pokes out, but I preferred it there to where we had it before. I did end up ripping this page, guys. I didn't like it. It was too much of a straight edge, so I did end up ripping it. Oh, I added this tag over the page too. Now this is another one. It's magnetized. It looks like this because you've got the little camera hole that's actually you can see through, and we've got the image on the other side that then when it opens up is like that. But obviously there's tuck spots and this opens, so because it's magnetized, let me try and get that so you can hear it. You can't hear it very well, but it fits over the top really nicely and holds its place, and also it gives a little bit of detail poking out the top of the journal, and then that just looks really lovely on that page, because I think this opens too. Yes, it does, and there's a pocket there, so it's just really lovely on that side. This is where we kept it. It's all glued in. I added a little bit of tape here because there was a rip. We're going to do that in a couple of other places too. For the belly band, I was trying to work out how to hold it in place so it wasn't moving so much. I used one of the little Tim Holtz pieces again, and I've clipped it onto the page, so like it does stay better. It's not moving quite as much. It works better than the paper clip did. I moved this. This was on another page, but if you remember, it's got these dangles because it's actually got two pieces that pull out. And if you remember, there is a piece at the back as well that pulls out. If you remember, we had this, and it had beads on it as well, which was just making it super chunky to try and write on. You're not going to be able to write in this journal without a writing board anyway. So I moved it to this page because then the dangle can hang out the side. So we did that and glued that. Let's put that back in. We glued that all in. And last signature, we need to do something here because that's too much white space. It's bothering me a little bit. Everything's fine there. This is here. The paper clip does go onto the other side of the page. It works really well. And then I added this in the center. Now, if you remember this piece, this is super chunky, but it opens up a lot. Like it opens up in lots of different ways, like so. So as it was, I've put it in the middle because I think this goes so well with this middle page. Let's tie that back up, because the sort of creaminess of the flowers really goes with this rose trim, but then the black goes with this, and we've got black and white splatters and loads of things. But what I've done is I've put it on as a tuck spot. You can't see, but it actually goes all the way through. So I've put it just glued top and bottom, and that's in the middle of that signature. This was where we put it, but I've put an eyelet in. Oh, I'm going to add this. So this is something I made, I think it was inspired by a Tony, Crafted by Tony, Grungy ephemera. I've added a bat to it. It's just really cute, and I thought the colours and everything else kind of went, so I'm going to add that as a little embellishment. And that was not from Creep on June. I will leave the videos to other things I'm going to add down below for you to check out. But you can see, we've added some of our ephemera in. We've got some dangles happening. We've got some interest on the top. So now we need to work out where these go. So let's put this in. I was wondering actually about putting this one right at the front of here. I kind of love it there over the music bit. I want to try and leave these pages where possible, the ones with the stitching. I want to try and leave them plain. They're not always, not plain, but without pockets. So I'm thinking of putting that here. So I think I will. I'm just going to do that. Now, I said to you, I don't really normally commit to just gluing something in, but I don't think there's anywhere else in this journal that I would want to put that page. I mean, we've got the back of here. Let's have a look. I mean, it would even work there, wouldn't it? But I kind of like it right here so that you open up and see it. And I'm going to put it on as a top tuck, I think, so that you can put a tag behind it as well. So we're going to glue that in. Good amount of glue. So yes. So I know I glued the rest of the pockets in off camera, but as I said, they were quite chunky. They needed clamping, and they needed to dry overnight. So it was just easier to do those off camera. You'd seen me sort of place most of them anyway. And yes, I did change my mind on some, which is why I use paper clips, because then I can come back and go, oh no, I want it there. I love that. I didn't even notice the paper said the gruppetto or term, but it reminds me of grumpy. Oh, that's just, love that. Don't we just love that? Doesn't that just fit there so nicely? And then, yeah, we've got a pocket there and a pocket there. I am going to glue that down because that part of the bag is coming up. So I'm just going to glue that down. Thankfully, like I said, my glue should dry clear. So we've done the first signature. Now this second signature is going to need a bag and a pocket. So let's think what we want to do. We could put something there. Oh, we definitely have to put something here, don't we? Do we want a pocket there? I think a pocket would work best there. You just have to decide what pocket. I don't want to put those. I'm going to put this one. I like this one here. So I am going to paper clip this in because it's going to need time to glue when I sort that out. So we've got that on that side. So realistically, we could have the paper bag maybe even here. Do I like that over from that, or do I want it? I've got that there. Do I want it on here? Oh, I do like it there as well. I do like it there. My first instinct is telling me there. Let's have a look at a different one. Maybe it's just because of the one I picked. I even love that there. What about the paper bag? No, I don't love that there. But that definitely goes there. But then this is just so plain. I just don't think it goes. And I don't necessarily want it here over from this. It feels like a lot. So we're going to put it there. And again, do I want it as a top tuck or as a side? I might put this one on as a side tuck. That's what I might do. So we're just going to do that. Good amount of glue. See, realistically, with a bag like this, I probably would have liked to stitch it on. But obviously, I've already stitched my pages in. That's why it takes me so long to stitch signatures in, honestly. It takes me too long to stitch them on. Yeah. But that's just my style, you know. That's just, I overthink everything. Right, that won't stay in place because of the lace. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to clamp it. Okay, so that's the second signature done. So we're on to the third signature. And again, we can only have one of the bags because of the other chunky thing. Could put something there. Could put something here, actually. Or there. Do I want it on the music paper or not? I really don't want to. Just in case I do want to actually write in this, I can't see it happening, but just in case, I don't want to use up. Oh, but I really like that there. I know we've got this over the cover. I really like it. Let me just double check again. I do have it this, or even on, nope. Got that already, and then that's the end of the signature. So, do I want to put it on the music paper? I feel like I really like it there, but we're using up some of the, we're using up some of the paper. This is when life gets complicated. I feel like I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to put it here. And I'm going to do it, I think, as a top tuck again. That's what I'm going to do. So we've got that. Is this the one? No, we're not putting the pocket. I almost forgot myself then. So I'm going to add the ephemera today. And then the last video will be doing the cover of the journal, because I can't do that in this video too. I'm still not 100% sure of what I'm doing. Honestly, guys, it takes me ages to think. I had an idea, but then I don't know if that'll work the way I want it to, and it will require me printing when I wasn't going to do that. But that's okay. So that's there. Great. We're on to the last signature now. And we have left the paper bag and another pocket. Now, realistically, our paper bag's a bit chunky for there, but it would work. It would work better than the pocket. So that could work there. So let's think about, oh, no, a pocket might work there. See, I feel like that pocket would work quite nicely. But then we have to think about the other side. We don't have anything here and here. Predicting your future. Could put the paper bag on there. I don't really like that with that. Where did that pocket go to? Put the pocket there. I wonder if the pocket would work better on the back, like on one of these. It's too big. Maybe right on the back the pocket could go. But then we've still got the bag, the paper bag. Which would mean putting it somewhere. Yes, I did put it right at the start. I don't like it there, but I don't want to cover that up. Which means realistically, the best place it would work is there. Am I happy with that completely? No. But do I like the pocket at the back? Yes. And it also spaces things out too. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to have this go on as a side tuck. That's what I'm going to do rather than an up tuck. So holding the side that we know is going to go, that we want the ephemera to tuck into. So I'm holding that side so I don't glue it. Do this. We're going to lose that beautiful as well, but at least it's on the other side. Yeah. And whilst I'm not 100% happy with it, I don't hate it. I'm just not 100% happy with placement of this one paper bag. Let me turn that over. So you've still got the beautiful, something still has to go there. I can't. I just can't. I might use some washi or something. Some tape. I don't know. So that's going to go like that. That also needs to be glued down. Let me press that down. And then let's go to the pocket at the back. These pockets are so chunky. The stitching. You have to make sure when you stitch, if you are gluing, that you really put a lot of glue on, because depending where your stitching is, if you are trying to glue over stitching, you really want it to soak into the different, the ridges of the stitching. Because obviously it's not a flat surface, so you really need to think about that if you're gluing over stitching. Okay, brilliant. Now, junky. Now we're going to pull our ephemera over. So these are all my tags. However, let me show you. I also have, one of those missing. Where's the other one? Hold on, I feel like one, there it is. Right, also have these. Now, Tracy did a little extra that had like extra letters and things and some dried flowers. So I had those printed out too. I've printed them out on tea stain paper and just scrunched them and everything. And on there was also this paperwork about Craftly Haul. Again, I've printed it out on tea stain paper. Now, I can't remember if these were on her Ko-fi because I already had them printed, or whether they were on her website. I will leave her website down below anyway, because it's got links to her Ko-fi anyway, if they are on there. But what I do know is it is free to become a member of Tracy's website, and that gives you access to extra printables and freebies and things like that. And then obviously she's got a Ko-fi. So you may not have these, but I'm adding them to my journal. And also as part of the Craftly Haul kit, there was a couple of envelopes. I haven't glued this one down yet because I don't know if I want to do something to the top. And they had letters that came with them. So I already again had these printed out, but they were on white. So I have gone in with walnut stain and one of my new sprays. I just purchased pumice stone. I treated myself to a new spray, and I am loving the pumice stone with that. It gives it that kind of grey look. So this one goes in that envelope. And this one's going to go with this, but I don't know what I'm doing with that envelope yet. So they are going in. What I need to do is I need to make sure I get the really flat ones first. And that's flat-ish. These are chunky. That's quite flat. That sticks out. These are definitely chunkier, these ones. So let me move that to the side. I need 4 flat ones. Right, I've got 4 flat ones. Okay. And let's start putting some ephemera in. How excited are we? I'm so excited. Right, in this pocket, I think I want one of the chunkier ones. I was even thinking of having this poking over the top. So that could most definitely go in here with the moth poking over the top and the dangles. I could take the dangles off if it gets too chunky, but it's there. And obviously we've got a tuck spot behind. Let's just lift it up enough that the dangles come out for now. Then we've got this. This needs one of the flat ones because of how chunky it is already. So maybe the church one would work really nice because it's very similar in tones. And the key can be at the top and maybe even tuck over the top of this and under there. And we have it poking out the side a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want it too near the spine again, because the nearer you put the ephemera to the spine, the chunkier it gets in a sense, because you're pressing too much into the spine, it opens up more. So you want things to be near in the middle or the edge if they're chunky. Perfect, perfect. Now, this is magnetic. So what I'm wondering is, I can put one of these letters on under it. Do I like that one or do I like this one? I feel like I like the writing with this one better. So it just tucks under. So we have extra, if this wasn't so heavy, because it does have an actual key on it. But it tucks under, stays in place, gives us extra writing space, and just looks fun in the journal. We also have this. I don't know if I want to tuck anything under there anymore yet. We could realistically tuck one of the envelopes or another letter under there, but that's too similar to that letter. So let's come back to that and think about it. Oh, we've got something here. I just pulled out a couple of Tim Holtz pieces that I'm just going to add in there. They can just go in. There was a little red one as well. Where's my little red one? I like a little pop of red. So that can go in there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right here. This might work well for one of the envelopes actually. So we could have one of the envelopes kind of poking out the side, and we could still possibly put a tag back there. Or do I just want the envelope with the tag behind? Don't know yet. Let's leave the envelope and come back to that. Oh, we didn't glue this down. Oh no. Oh no! We didn't glue it. We didn't glue it. Yeah, now I know I have a lot of ephemera to add to this because I made ephemera for every day in Creep on June last year. Obviously, in your own journal, you don't have to fit all this in. But I know the person who requested this journal has made all of the ephemera and specifically requested this tutorial so that she could put the ephemera that she'd made into it. So I want to try as best I can to make that possible for her. Now, this is a fun little, that's not stuck yet, but because it's a fun little glassine bit, I was thinking this, need to move that eye, because you would see them through this, which I just love. And obviously we still have a tuck spot in the back, but for now I want that to glue, so we're not going to put anything else behind there. We need something thin for here. I think this one would work well because we've got twins there and we can have 2 more twins there. Could actually fit something else behind there maybe. That should be glued now. We want the chunkier journal. Is this a side opening? Yeah. Might put this, that's the twins again. We've just had the twins. Maybe I'll put this one in there. That'd fit quite nicely. But because we've got the side tuck here, what I was thinking is we have these things that are like tucks. So it might work putting it, it's so chunky. It's literally so chunky. I think I want it poking out a bit more because of the beads. And what I might have to do, because it's so chunky, I might have to get another little paper clip. Oh my goodness, can't get the lid off this and I don't want them flying everywhere. Get another little paper clip and just attach the top of this to this, so that it stays in place. Okay. Oh my goodness, that is so chunky. We have this. You can put something underneath here. Where'd the other letter go to? This little letter would actually fit because that is magnetized. It would fit under there. Let's try and move it all the way up. Yep. Don't need the envelope for that one. That looks good. That looks good. Oh my gosh, you don't even want to see how chunky this is right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. I still have this to add somewhere. I really want to add it. Okay, middle of here, we need another thin one because of how chunky that is. Oh, love it. We have our bag. Where's the other chunky one? We have this one, but it has a little thing. Maybe if I put it at the top instead, because it opens up, just in case you're wondering, it opens up completely like that. So maybe if I can put this at the top instead of to the side, it'll work better in here. I'm going to keep the peculiar bit sticking out maybe, or just do it like that. Yep, that works better. Works much better. That has a back tuck too. We don't want to add anything else here for the moment. Oh my goodness, guys. We want a nice flat. Oh, I wanted that for somewhere else. Do we want something like this? The one that says that. Or is this where we add this? We can add that in there. Like so. To move it over a little bit. No, I don't like that. We do have the other letter though, so we can add that instead. That might actually have to be folded. Oh, okay. What we'll do is we'll fold it this way. Okay, perfect. That goes really well there. Perfect. Final signature. Can't even hold that stuff up. It's ridiculous. Oh, Belle, you're so crazy. That's a side tuck. Could put this in here. Is that magnetized? Yeah, it is. Oh, I could put that on a page just as is. I might do that. Okay, this one I wanted to use the doll tag for because we've already got dolls there. So I wanted the lovely doll to be poking over the top. So you see all the dolls? Yep. We do have that. Got a tuck here. I wonder if this will work here better. Okay. And we have something down here. We could put this one in. This is super chunky, guys. Could have it slightly poking out the top so we see the word specimens there, but it's poking out the top. Okay, let's take these off and let me show you. I mean, it's not even closing now, is it? Again, you don't have to add all the ephemera. I'm wondering if I want that on a page actually so that the bits hang out, because I feel like that's too much. So that hasn't got anything in, that's fine, doesn't have to have anything in. I'm wondering, I was going to add this somewhere. Could I add it here? Oh, see, it just says darkling, but then you have that on the other side. I like that. And I'm wondering about, it definitely needs to go on an edge so that it's sticking out. Yeah, you don't have to add all of this stuff to yours. I'm just trying to make sure that the person who requested this could see how it would work. If you haven't made everything ridiculously chunky. That could just go there. I'm looking for a flat page. And worst comes to worst, I could do it here, actually. Do we like that? Or here. Here. Okay, near the front. Let's do that. Let's just attach that again with a paper clip or a clip or one of those. Come on, I'm trying to grab it. Tim Holtz things. That will just work on there. Right, hold on. Right, okay, so that's going to work like that. It would probably be better not on that bit. Probably better here. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, and then those dangles can hang out the side of the journal. So here we go, guys. This is, why has that come up again? This is how chunky it now is. Now, if I tie it, it will go together. But you can see how chunky that now is. If you open it, it's definitely going to go like that. I don't mind that. Not everyone likes that. I actually think this is not going to be able to go in. This needs to go somewhere else because this dangle is pressing there and it's not working for me. So it really needed to go somewhere else. I was even wondering about if it would fit under here. Oh my gosh. No, dangle's in the way. All right, so that's a no. We tried. It didn't work. That's all we can do. Definitely need it to poke out a little bit. Like so. That'll work. I mean, it's over the page, but... Okay, what about on here? So that it hangs out a little bit there. Okay, that'll work too. Let's just clip that on here. That's not very sturdy. Let's move it nearer the top and clip it on at the top. Maybe one of those other clips will work. Okay, so that the dangle pokes out the side. It still needs to be moved over a bit, I feel. Okay, that's better. Dangle's coming out the side now. My goodness. Again, you don't have to add all of your ephemera. But let's have a quick look at how that looks. Got a bag. We're not adding anything there. Nothing there. Got this here. We've added that onto there for the dangles. That's all good. We've got a little one tucked onto here, the little darkling one. Love that. Got this moving because the journal's wanting everything to slide towards the middle. That's why. Some paper. Got this tuck spot. Got all of these little tuck spots there. Little envelope here. Perfecto. This hasn't got anything behind it. Doesn't need it. Not right now with how chunky this journal is. Out there. Something there. That cute thing with a little letter underneath. Yep. I think I'm happy. Again, you do you with journals. Not everyone likes them so chunky that they're overflowing and can't close. I actually quite like that look. I do think that this may be bordering on too much chunk, but it's an idea journal for me. If you're going to use yours to write in, maybe think about that and think about the amount of ephemera you add. But mine's an ideas journal, so I'm all good with it. I'm not liking it there either. Do you know what? This one might not go in. That's okay. I've made that decision. It's not going in. And realistically, this one shouldn't go in either. And that would have been better. But I also just love this. So, I mean, what I could do is I could actually take the things off there. Let me see what that would look like under there. No, I like the dangles on it, so we'll leave that. Then we've got that one. Super chunky, which I am thinking maybe this won't go in. Where is, we had the letter somewhere. Or even, let's take that one out. Add this here maybe. Yeah, that works better. Okay, so we've made a few changes. It's still crocodile-mouthed. And we had that little thing that I haven't glued on yet. So I want to glue this in. All right. So you may think, oh, well, that's it then. We're finished with the ephemera. No, guys. I mean, we're finished with the ephemera, but are we finished on the inside of this journal? Not yet. So still, there's bits that don't feel finished to me. Oh, I can feel some of you going, what? So now what I need to do is, now I like to go through and look at pages and think, could that page have anything on it? So these are all good. I like all this. This is all good, all good, all good. All good because it's grungy. This is good. Although I'm now wondering, so I treated myself, as I say, to the Tim Holtz tape. I'm going to be honest, I actually like, I mean, this is lovely, the Tim Holtz tape, but I really like how grungy mine is, and I prefer actually the feel of mine because I've used actual sellotape, whereas this feels more plasticky, even though sellotape is plastic. Yeah, but I've treated myself to this, so I want to use some in my journal. So what I'm thinking is, you see this pink line on here? It just feels like it could have some tape on it. Yep, I like that. It just adds a little something. These are all good. This is all good. This is all good. That's all good. Is this too plain? No, that's beautiful and grungy. I feel like we need more tape down there too. I'm going to use one of mine on that one. It's quite a long rip. So it's where the actual music paper is ripped. And they've used proper, I mean, this is proper vintage tape that was on the music sheet when I got it. But I want to just add some of my tape on that side because it is ripping up. can get my finger underneath it. And so let's just add some tape to add to the grunge. Got this on here, that's all good, right? That signature's done, completed, good. Grungy, 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 no grunge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, where are they? My stencils. And we're going to add a bit of stenciling on there. Okay, I cannot for the life of me find those stencils, but I do have my little rose one, and I have used that as well. So I'm going to come on with some black soot, not too heavy, but just something, because look how clean and white this page is. Well, by white I mean tea stained. And I just want to roughly come on in places. See that? It's not too, the black soot isn't too strong. Because again, should you want to write over this, you know, but it just adds something to the page. You could also use black splatter, that would work too. I'm leaving that side because it's got the pocket. Got this, got this. That feels a bit, oh yeah, this definitely is too. Did that have the rip at the top as well, that piece of paper? No, but this feels too plain. The tea dyeing on here is very light, so we definitely want to add something in places. Just need a little something just to add. And see, too light here too. Does this have a rip? I feel like I want a different stencil though. I don't just want the rose stencil, but that's what I've got. So that's what I'm going to go with. It still goes because there is some roses. I really don't know where mine has gone to. That's crazy. I washed them yesterday. I cleaned them all out. And then, yeah. They're nowhere. They have disappeared. Some more stencil. I just can't have even a plain tea stain paper unless there's something fun on it. This is also where you could come in and put little like ephemera pieces, you know, little embellishments and things. That would work there. That's good, that's good, that's good. Let's have a look here. Nope, nope. Ah, that's got a rip. So I knew there was one with a rip. Let's find the chunkier Tim Holtz tapes. I thought there were chunkier ones. Maybe I'm wrong. And these are slightly bigger. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, let's bring in the tape. I want that. There's just a little rip in the page. Now again, you can rip your page. You can just add the tape pretending you've ripped your page. Or if you have got a ripped page, don't worry about it. Don't think, oh, I can't use that. It's got a rip. You're doing a grungy journal. Or even if you're not doing a grungy journal, add some really nice washi. Do you know what I feel like that needs? It needs a bit more. Let's use a different sized one. Let's use one of the thinner pieces that I've got. Because I feel like, not just that one, but if we put another one on top of it, aesthetically, it's going to look better. I'll get that so you can see. Now there is some splatter on that page, so I don't really need anything on this side. But on this side, let's get the stencil. I can't believe that. I better find it as soon as I finish filming. You just know it's going to happen, don't you? Just a little bit. Doesn't need to even be everywhere. It just needs a little something. This again is too plain. So let's do that. Splatters would work so well. And there. I feel like that's fine because it's got the fabric, and this does have detail. Although I might just do one just down here. If I do it this way. Just a little something just in that corner. I feel like it needs to be up here too. But just the kind of corner bit of this. Yep. Too many plain pages. What is happening? I just can't, guys. Embellishments, stenciling, or the paper itself has to have some sort of detail on it. Right, we were talking about this. Now, this does bother me. So, what am I going to do here? I could use the tape again to sort of go down the center here to give it a bit of detail. But I'm just thinking, hold on. I've got some of the Tim Holtz fabric tape. And this one in particular is all blacks and greens and browns. Try to see if that would work really well. I still have some. Or I've got the other one that's brighter colours. I don't think I want the brighter colours. Although now saying that, I kind of love that red. Oh, there you go. See, you just don't know, do you? I'm going to just add that there. It can still be written on here, but there's just something about this bit. I think it's too many straight lines next to each other. It's bothering me. And I know this will still be a straight line, but the thing is, because this is fabric tape, you can fray it like that, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So it's not so much of a straight line on there. And it just gives it a texture and a detail that helps. Makes me want to add this somewhere else now too. That's still not straight. Hold on. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I love that. Where can we add the other piece? Let's look for a different signature. Where it could be added. I wonder if we could just kind of add it. There's such a small piece, that's the problem. That I don't want to just randomly, unless we added it like here. Yeah, that'll work. Don't want to cover up the word lily, but still. That'll work. Just a little bit of texture. I love it. And yeah, the frayed edge now softens this, and then that can be written on. That's lovely and grungy. These are grungy. This is definitely grungy. Grungy, grungy. That's got beautiful design on it. Right, don't need any more stenciling with that, which is brilliant. I really wanted a different stencil. Oh well, I can always go back in and stencil a little bit afterwards. Now we're going to add some beads, guys. We've got some hanging out in places. Where's the cross? Where is that? Is that here? Yeah, it's there. So we've got some hanging out in places. Not enough. So I just got a whole load of little beads here. A whole load of like little random beads and charms and things. And there's different ways you can attach this. I am going to use bulb pins because that is what is easiest right now. I might go in and use a ring instead. But for now, oh my gosh, I'm just realising I'm out of a lot of my antique bronzy ones. Oh no! What am I going to do? I'm out of them because they're my favourite colour. I do have a load of blacks though. So I might just use the blacks in this. Because then I don't have to worry about the other things. Okay. So we've got one right there at the front. I feel like I might like one here. That might be interesting to add one there. So let's just grab a bead and have a look. Oh, I know what I want to add. I might add a couple. So I pulled out a little metal letter. I pulled out two. Where is the one I want now? Here it is. That actually say C and H for Craftly Haul. So I want that, but I might want a bead behind it as well. And again, just go with what fits your taste. I think I want a flatter one. Yeah, so that's going to go there. Got one up there. We've got one there. We could go for one about here. This also isn't too long and dangly, so it can go towards the bottom. And why won't that just poke in? So we now got the C for Craftly. So I'm thinking two dangles. We've got one right there in the middle. I almost want one at the front again. Here. Do I want one at the back? Maybe. No, I'm going to put one at the front. It doesn't matter if it's over dangled. I love beads and dangles hanging. Oh, I've got this cute skull one. Do you see that? It's kind of iridescent. That would be nice. We've got this beautiful black and grey one though. What's the bead on here? Mahogany and gold. Oh, this one. Look at that one. Look at that. Right, that's going on. Come back. I'm going to attach that one here. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of beads on this one. I love beads. A journal for me, I really like it to either have beads on the edge of the pages. We've got a cute green one here. That would look really cute, wouldn't it? We've got this green one too. Beads on the edge of pages or a dangle on the spine. Like it's just my vibe. It's just what I like. A journal just feels like it needs lace and it needs beads and charms. For me, not for everyone, but for me. Lace and beads and charms. I need texture overload. I need a lot to look at, lots going on when I'm doing a journal. Obviously, if it's a commission journal, then whoever has commissioned that journal can have whatever they would like. I'm going to put it here on beads wise and things. I think I'm going to put, are we on the third signature? Let's put the H on here. Shall we do that? Oh, we've got one that says curious things as well. Maybe the H first. Got a beautiful long black one there. That's cute. But I think it's too much. Let's have the brown. So yeah, so the first signature and the third signature not only have really chunky different bits to the other two signatures, like a belly band and the bit in the middle, but they also, I'm also looking to the side to see where bits are. So I feel like this will go better nearer the bottom bit here, because I'm trying to stagger the beads as well. So they not only have those bits and they don't have one of the pockets, the junk mail pockets, but they will also have the C and the H for the Craftly Haul. That's too near that. That's got that. Maybe here. Maybe on here up the top. That'll work well. Let's have a beautiful one. Should we get a little skull? Should we get that? We've also got the key. Another grey or another green. The green's quite good. I do want the skull, but picking up some of the green that's actually sort of in the, not only does it look a bit like the grit paste, it picks up the colour of the grit paste, but it also picks up the colour of the cheesecloth that I've been using. This has one already. Got one here. I definitely want one, I think, here. Yep. Let's put curious things here. Oh no, I ran out of them. Quick, let's get some more. Another black one. Let's pull a couple out. That's white. What are you? No, no whites. Get away from me. Okay, let's put this curious case. I almost feel like I also want another bead, but I don't. Oh, I've got a little brown one. That'll work. This says Curious Things, another one of the Tim Holtz metal word tokens. I love those. I love them so much. I need to restock, actually. I can't find the thin ones. He used to do the thin rectangular ones, the Halloween words. I know they still do the other words, but I haven't seen the Halloween words, and I really want those. Definitely need a charm here in the middle, but it'll be down near the bottom. Oh, no, because we're going to put a charm here. It has to be a really small charm because it's so near the bottom. And if this is hanging anyway, we want a dance charm. Got this little orange and black one, which should work. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, very cute. And I think I want one right at the back. Why? Because there's no such thing as too much in a journal. We do have a key. I could use a key. These little pearls with a key. That might work really nicely. Got more green again. Another teensy dancy one. Just having a look. I kind of like these, actually. Okay, so let's do that. Let's add the key because it's the key to Craftly Hall. Should it be at the front of the journal? Maybe. Is it? No. Oh. Okay, guys. I think this is going to be a really, really long video, so I apologise in advance. But hopefully if you're following along, you don't mind it. Okay. Let's get everything hanging. Can we just take a minute to look and enjoy the deliciousness that are these charms? Let's have it this way. Can we just take a moment? This is also when you'll look and you'll think, could it do with a charm anywhere else? Anywhere at all. Could it add another charm to it? I don't think it needs another charm. But just look. Oh, that's what it always feels like to me. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. So that's it for now, guys. We've added the ephemera. We've added those extra pockets. We've distressed some of the pages that needed it with stenciling, or you can use splatters. All works, or you could add little pieces of ephemera. Even if you have something like this, a little fabric snippet. I mean, look, how good does that just look on the page? I mean, come on. Whatever you want to add to it. And oh, I also want to show you one last thing. So I made this during the ABC JLC challenge that Jodie Lewis is doing. It's one of the index cards, but I was thinking, wouldn't this work great? Let me try and find a page. Wouldn't this look great in this journal? I'm not going to put it in this journal because I need it for the ABC challenge. But if we had, let's just put it here. If we had a plain page, it would work great as a pocket or as an up tuck. And then you would have the little J poking out the top. I mean, wouldn't it? I'll leave the video to this down below in case you want to make one of those. So we have our crocodile gaping mouth, but once this is tied shut, it will look closed. It would look delicious. I'm just going to use sari silk to close it, guys. That's what I like. That's my go-to. I don't want to get too complicated, especially with a journal this chunky already. We've got a few pieces we could not put in, so we've got this, we've got this, which is separate, and I haven't added this to it, but that's okay. We don't have to add absolutely everything. And again, I may remove some bits anyway. But for now, that's it. So in the next video, which will be the last, we are going to work on the cover. And a little bit on the spine. Because the spine's looking a bit plain to me too. So, yeah. Oh, grunge and beards. I just want to do this the whole time. I'm sorry, but how can you not with a journal? How can, like, oh, it gives me so much happiness. I can't even explain the happiness of filling fabric and paper and beads. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stayed to the end and this is a longer video. I'll be back again soon with another video. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and share if you haven't already. And one last video, guys, to go, and we'll do the cover, and then this journal will be complete. Yay! And yes, I'll be back again soon. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now.